The Gorton and Denton by-election has triggered very serious allegations of voting fraud, amongst other things. But there's claims of voter fraud, claims of voter intimidation. There's calls for a police investigation. And on top of all this, of course, there's a fierce political row over what happened at the polling stations. Now, Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch says Labour has been bitten by its own monster, accusing the party of encouraging block voting within communities. Her comments follow reports of alleged family voting in the Gorton and Denton by-election. That's where one voter, usually the sort of the head male of the family, is accompanied, often by his relatives, into or near the polling booth, potentially influencing the vote. Under UK law, that is illegal. Now, it's easily solved. You get the people at the polling station to say one at a time, and no one else is allowed to go in. Okay, polling booth number 3, and so forth. And that way, you shut the door, you vote, and there's no one with you. You can police it. It's quite easily. And if anyone refuses to allow that to happen, they lose their vote. And the person they're with loses their vote. They all lose their vote. Let's do that. But election monitoring group, forgot where it was now, the election monitoring group, Democracy Volunteers, said they witnessed unusually high levels of family voting, and they reported cases observed in 15 of the 22 polling stations visited. Now, they haven't said which ones, but it's quite clear which ones. It'll be in the area with a very high Muslim population. Around 12% of voters observed were affected. The highest level of the organisation says it's the highest level the organisation says it's seen in a decade, or indeed ever since it started monitoring. Highest level ever. They also reported isolated incidents of voters photographing ballot papers, and in one case a voter casting a ballot despite having already been marked as having voted. The group says it observed a sample of 545 votes. Now, Manchester City Council, of course, are rejecting the claims. But this isn't just some bunch of people troublemaking. These are official, accredited people. Their word is their bond, as it was. It said that polling staff, this is Manchester Council, said that polling staff showed no evidence of undue influence. Yes, did they? Do we believe a biased council? Or do we believe the monitoring group set up under law? Now, officials also criticised the observers for raising concerns only after the polls closed rather than during voting. And the Electoral Commission says anyone suspecting electoral offences should report them to the police. Well, that's actually happened, and I've got a story about that later. But some politicians support further investigation, and that includes the Labour Party. Unsurprisingly, considering the result, I suppose. But the allegations have sparked some very strong responses across the entire political spectrum. Badenoch offered up criticism for what she described as grievance-based politics. Farage raised concerns about electoral integrity. Reform figures across there demanded an investigation, but stopped short of challenging the result. Labour ministers say voters must be able to vote freely and without coercion. The Green Party, which won the seat, said everything is fine, unsurprisingly. But the by-election itself was a very shocking result. The Greens won the previously very safe seat with a very large majority. Reform second, which will actually be still a good result for Reform. This is their 440th seat. And if you're coming that close in the 440th seat, well, it bodes well for every seat above you. Labour finished third and are finished. It's already triggering political fallout, massive political fallout. It's going to cost people jobs, hopefully Starmer being one of them. Not just yet, but come May. At stake is a fundamental principle, ballot secrecy. If we send out observers to African countries and they have to stick their thumbs in pots of paint and things, can we do the same here? Maybe we could get Zimbabwean electoral officials to come and monitor our elections, just to make sure they're fair. What do you think? Thanks very much. Bye.